Hi, Ann Kramer here, and welcome back to I Am Life Puzzle. We're continuing our series of loneliness to wholeness, where we're looking at each of the areas of our life puzzle and seeing actions that we can take, and by taking those actions, beginning to grow our wholeness and reduce our loneliness as we come back out into the world. As I've said all along, you may not have been taught how to build a life puzzle, but you can teach yourself, and that's what we're doing in each of these segments, concentrating on one area, looking at things we can do to grow that area of our life, and in that experience, become more whole and less lonely. So what we're going to look at today is the thinking area. And I know a lot of people sort of take this area for granted and assume, well, I went to school, they taught me to think. And I hate to break it to you, but most of what we need to learn in order to create whole and dynamic lives, we are really not taught in school. There at school, we get a very narrow set of information that's focused on helping us get jobs, but not necessarily focused on helping us become whole human beings. So we have to break out of that and find other ways to do it. And that's what I want us to look at in this section today. The first action I want you to think about is the fact that there are 6 levels of thinking development. And in school, we spend 90% of our time in the lowest 3 levels, just gathering facts and regurgitating facts. But the high levels of analysis, creativity, and evaluation, we spend only 10% of our time in school really developing those. As a result of that, many of us don't feel like we're creative or have critical thinking skills. So that's what I'd like us to really look at today. And in the first action, what I'd like you to do is think about your creativity and what are things that you could do to get more creative and stimulate this thinking area of your life, and break out of sort of that regurgitative, doing what everybody else is doing process. So if you want to strengthen your thinking area, it's time to get creative. And I want you to push yourself out of your comfort zone. And what I'm going to suggest that you do in this action is learn a new language. We know that learning a language is very stimulating for the brain, but it also can be a very fun thing to learn with someone else. In fact, it's easier to do it with someone else. So learning a new language and finding someone else who will do it with you is the first step that I want you to take. Think about taking this action, and it will really change your life and break down loneliness and help you grow your life puzzle. The second thing I'd like you to do, action number 2, is to learn a new skill or hobby. This could be something like going to Lowe's and learning how to put down tile, okay? Or you could go to a knit store and buy yarn and learn how to knit. And in each of those skills or hobbies, you will learn to really challenge yourself, learn new skills, but at the same time, you can introduce yourself to new people. If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and take one of those classes, in the course of it, ask the person who's next to you, why are they taking this? What are they going to use this tile class for? Are they going to put down a new kitchen floor? Are they going to tile behind their backsplash? Are they going to do something in their bathroom? And before long, you've made a new friend, and you're breaking out of loneliness while you're growing the thinking area of your life puzzle. Same thing with knitting. Take a knitting class, and you'll find that a lot of people love to knit, but they don't know how to. So those first few weeks of learning to knit and making mistakes and having someone help you undo your mistakes can be lots of fun and a great way to equalize when you're meeting other people. They don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do it. We're all at the same place, but we're stimulating our thinking and growing this part of our life puzzle. So that's action number 2. The third action that I want you to think about is consider really honing in on your critical thinking skills. And what I mean by that is most of us are not good critical thinkers. We have our opinions, we've taken in data, we know the one right way. Well, to be a really good critical thinker, you have to have the guts to know what you know, but then have someone else talk to you and give you more information and do a compare and contrast. That's what critical thinking is. Taking what you know, learning something else, and comparing and contrasting and saying, can this new information help me change the way I currently am? So there's lots of places you can do critical thinking. Politics is one, obviously, or go to a city council meeting around an issue that you're concerned about and hear different people's life puzzle too. The fourth action that I'd like you to think about is consider adult literacy. And if you know how to read, you need to recognize that there are a lot of adults who do not know how to read. And as a result of it, their thinking area is really stunted. But the guts to learn how to read as an adult can change their lives. And it can change yours as well. So you might consider volunteering in your community for an adult literacy where you're going to teach another adult and discover how in that process you break down loneliness, you help another person improve their thinking area. And I'm going to tell you, it's challenging to help someone read. And that's going to stimulate your thinking area too. And the fifth thing that I want you to consider as an action is to really start asking yourself, are you a proactive or a reactive thinker? The honest truth is most of us are reactive. We kind of take in new information and push it away. No, I don't like that. I don't do those things. That's not who I am. So we react negatively. We push things away out of our lives. And proactive people, on the other hand, tend to take in new information and sort of say, does this have any value to my life? Is this stimulating? Is it going to add to my life in any way? And what I want you to do in this action is to spend a week every day asking yourself at the top of the hour, am I being proactive or reactive in what's happening in my life right now? And the goal is to become proactive, that whenever new incoming information comes in, you say yes to it in your mind immediately. Yes. What can I learn from this? Yes. What new skill can I do? Yes. How can I hear this person telling me about new ideas? And so you open yourself up to be proactive, conscious, and adding information into your life instead of reactive, unconscious, and pushing it away. Okay, so there are the 5 different actions that you could take, and I'll review them. The first one is to recognize that there are 6 levels of thinking development, and you're going to focus in on the creativity aspect of it and learn a new language. And in that process, also reach out and learn with someone else to break down your loneliness and build your life puzzle. The second one is to learn a new skill or a hobby, something like learning how to lay tile or knitting or whatever it is you want. The third one is to really stimulate your critical thinking and put yourself in a situation where you have to learn something new and compare and contrast what you know with new information. And in the process, become a critical thinker and be willing to say, well, maybe some of this information is valuable. And the fourth thing is to help someone else become literate. An adult who does not know how to read has a really stunted thinking piece. And so you're going to help by teaching another adult how to read. It'll stimulate your thinking piece and theirs as well. And the fifth one is to really ask yourself, am I a reactive thinker or a proactive thinker? And the goal is to become a proactive thinker so that when new information comes in or someone brings you a new idea, instead of pushing it away and saying, no, I don't do that, you're going to let all ideas in, you're going to say yes to them and try to incorporate becoming much more a proactive thinker as you grow this piece of your life puzzle. So there you have it, 5 new actions you can take that will stimulate your thinking area and help you reduce loneliness and help you grow into wholeness. Life puzzle, a piece at a time with the whole you in mind. Think about it. That's what we all need to do. High level thinking is on the way.